Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 100k Narwhals. Reddit, if you're fat, why? I guess I wonder how/why, so I can avoid the pitfalls, if it is even possible, and so I can empathize better. I'm a guy. My BMI was 41 one year after graduating high school. It was this high because I sat around whenever I wasn't at school, and the food I ate was 95% fast food, mostly McDonald's since it was the closest. One day, I was challenged that I couldn't go 1 week without a sugary drink, soda, and I accepted. I went 1 week, and then 2, and then 4, and before long, I was drinking water almost all the time. I ended up also starting a 1200 calorie diet a couple months later. After about 6 months, I lost 100 pounds. I still ate the occasional junk food, but no soda. Since then, I started drinking soda again and I gained 35 pounds. I am currently on the wagon as of 2 weeks ago and I'm down 6 pounds. Soda is tremendously easy to overindulge. I was easily drinking 2,000 calories worth of soda a day while playing Battlefield 2 all day long. It's because when I eat, I have the compulsion to eat everything I have until I can no longer eat. When I was a kid, we never knew when the next meal was going to be, so I just ate what I could when I could, and I've never figured out how to break the habit of being afraid of never having enough. Depression here. It's a cycle. You get sad, you get hungry. Eating makes you feel a bit better. You start to associate happiness with eating something. Eventually, you start eating things that taste better. Table sugar is literally addictive. If you stop eating items with table sugar in it, you get these cravings. If you concentrate on them, you realize just how intense they are. Right now, I'm trying to get off of that craving. I've known about it for a long time and went vegan for quite a while. I couldn't handle it anymore though and went back to eating meat, which led to sugary snacks as well. I ended up breaking up with somebody I liked quite a bit and just decided I didn't care anymore. 6 months later, I'd gained an extra 50 pounds. So to sum up, depression, lack of motivation, and striving for happiness that you won't get through food. I'm starving right now, but not really, only because I'm used to eating so much. When I was a kid, the only food in my life was frozen dinners, fast food, and government cheese, bread, and canned meat. My mother was never home and didn't give a damn about what I ate. So in my teens, I didn't give a damn either and ate horrible stuff. I worked 2 jobs and ate at diners or fast foods every night. I got very fat. I didn't taste asparagus until I was 20. I really didn't wake up till I was in my mid-20s, but then I fell in love with good food. Fine wine, good beer, sticky cheese, aged steaks, butter, cream, and oh, the world of vegetables, and it's been sort of a battle since. I was always taught that if you were fed something, you finish everything on the plate. Not doing so was terrible because food was expensive and you should never ever waste food. I remember crying once because I took too much food and was full and couldn't eat it all and I didn't want to waste the food, so I sat at the table for an hour until I felt okay enough to finish it. Edit, I was like 7 at the time. I'm not fat, but I'm not at my ideal weight. I'd like to lose about 10 to 15 pounds, then I look quite thin, which would be nice. But I can't do that. I friggin' suck at saying no to myself. With everything. Everything. I can't say no to myself when I want to spend money, have mechs, get drunk, sleep in, smoke, and of course eat friggin' 7 pounds of cheesecake. Also, because I work at a pizza place, I get free pizza. So basically, I go all day without eating. If I forget to bring something from home, and then halfway through an 11-hour shift, I'm like, frig this crap, I'm making pizza. And because I'm hungry, I overeat. Eat a whole friggin' pizza because I'm poor and hungry. I just like eating. I love cooking, and I love to eat what I cook, and to go to places and try new food, and to see how other people eat, and to stuff my face with all the beautiful, delicious living things that this planet can offer. I mean, I even do sport and everything. I go cycling regularly. I'm an active person, but I just eat so much. I mean, I'm like crapping all the time to not explode of so much food I pump in. That's why I'm fat. I mean, I'm not that fat, but yeah, food. I'm gonna go fry some onions or something. There's no singular reason why some people are overweight. It's never an issue of just being lazy. People become overweight from a combination of many things: genetics, metabolism, hormones, poor eating habits, which are often learned growing up and can be incredibly hard to change, lifestyle, routine, money or lack thereof, etc. And people then remain overweight simply because losing weight is extremely difficult. People that have never been overweight often like to say, just eat less and exercise more. If that was an easy solution for most people, the weight loss industry wouldn't be tens of billions of dollars. New data even shows that as a person is losing weight, their body's working against them hormonally to retain the weight. If you want to avoid being overweight, you need to learn portion control, healthy eating habits, and exercise. The society we've created in North America makes people fat. Imagine, 2 career households means both people are working 40+ hours a week on their butts. They're too tired to cook or exercise because sitting on your butt can be more exhausting than moving around all day, so they eat whatever. The American and Canadian food guides are utter jokes. They are written to encourage consumption, and people should consume 2/3 of the daily recommended calories there. What's more, bad food is subsidized and good food isn't. Grain farmers are subsidized to the point where corn is stupidly cheap, which allows all kinds of food processing companies to buy corn and redesign it into things like Coca-Cola and sell it for a few hundred times its value. Corn is also the exclusive diets of our livestock, so meat, morbidly obese meat, is dirt cheap. Finally, when a fruit or vegetable does pass the lips of the average lazy North American consumer, it's probably nutritionally lacking because it was picked before it was ripe and grown in soil that has been depleted of micronutrients for years and fed chemical fertilizers made from fossil fuels, which makes it grow big quickly, but they are nutritionally poor. And now there is a multi-billion-dollar industry devoted to helping people get thin. There is also a multi-billion-dollar industry devoted to medicating fat people. A few different things. My mother has a hyperthyroid and has to eat a lot to maintain her weight. She would always cook high-calorie meals for us as kids. She maintained her weight while the rest of us gained weight. By the time I was 16 and had a driver's license, my mom stopped cooking, and being a 16-year-old fat kid, I basically ate fast food, Hot Pockets, pizza bites, soda, etc. So that got me fairly heavy. I was probably around 240 pounds by the time I graduated high school. Then I got into a relationship that eventually resulted in a really bad breakup. I got depressed and all sorts of down on myself. I ate as a coping mechanism and ballooned to 315 pounds, and I've been struggling to get it off ever since. Currently, about 280. Am I fat? Technically yes. Can I carry the weight and hide it? Hell yeah. Here's how I gained 50 pounds. I had a job where I was very active. I walked a lot, 8 to 10 miles a day. I only had access to whatever I packed in my lunch. I drank a lot of water, and then I took a promotion. I now had an office job where I sat on my butt all day and only walked maybe a mile total. I went out to eat almost every day. And now I still have an office job, only eat out about 50% of the time, high stress, long hours, and very little physical activity. I've maintained my weight for the past 4 years. I do some physical activity on the weekends, but during the week, very little. And not fat anymore, but this is what happens. You eat when you're hungry, you eat when you're not particularly hungry, and you eat to feel entertained. I was a fat but active kid growing up, but I ate a crap ton. I honestly think dairy, trans fat, and sweets are the worst kinds of things you can eat if you're trying to lose weight or stay fit. When I got a job working 8 hours on my feet 4 to 5 days a week, I dropped the weight fast and got to the lower end of my weight spectrum at 130 pounds, even if I ate a bagel there and now. I think the worst thing about being fat is that it becomes a habit and a lifestyle. You are so comfortable with those habits that anything outside of that, such as eating less and being more active, feels mentally and physically taxing, almost like a crippling addiction. For the morbidly obese, I'm sure it feels as stressful as losing a relative. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. Please tap subscribe to join the original 100K Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the Day. It started Planet Fitness today. So happy and excited. 25 pounds down and counting.